Hi everyone, welcome. About to teach yoga class. Join if you'd like. Join if you'd like. Wow, someone already liked my stream. How do you like it? You like the YouTube stream before it even starts. So I injured myself yesterday, so I was going to teach like rocket yoga today, but we're going to do a Slo Flo class because I'm showing up. I hope y'all show up or even watch me. Like, subscribe, all that stuff works as well. And guess what? There's a library on my YouTube channel. So you can always just go in there and rewatch. I had a friend this week tell me that she watched my videos, and that brought me lots of joy. So, I don't know how to move this. Doesn't matter. It doesn't. What's up, Elsie? Baby girl. Oh, I have someone on YouTube. Good morning, Paul. Can we work on cobbler and lotus and feet? I don't know what cobbler is. Is that like a different term? Where are you located, Paul? My YouTube group is pulling up. I got Portugal in the house on Instagram. I have Paul over here on YouTube in Canada. Paul in Canada. Thank you for showing up, Paul. I'm going to do a Slo Flo today. I did put on my title on YouTube for Rocket Yoga 1. But I injured myself yesterday. I fell through my deck, and that really sucked. And I kind of am just like a little bruised. So until Allison gets a model to guide her classes, we just have to honor where we're at. So I just want to show y'all. I do have a bolster. Maybe you have some pillows. A pillow. We're going to move. This is Slo Flo, but it's not going to be like my normal vinyasas and movement. And as Paul is asking for some of those other movements like that go with the Slo Flo, the fast flow that I normally teach. So I appreciate all the comments. Feet together, sitting on the floor, feet together. Thank you. I guess I just haven't heard it said like that. A lot of the yoga poses, they're just like said, they'll be said in different words like a couple different times. Just 1 second, we'll get started. Well, I was trying to light a candle, but I just don't know where my lighter is, and I am not going to hold y'all to 10 years waiting. Hey, Melissa. I'm live on YouTube, so it is saved on YouTube. I save my Instagram live sometimes. If I think it is a very good class, I'll save it. Or if I do more stuff that I haven't done normally, then I do save the live. Otherwise, I don't normally save it on Instagram. But my lives are always on YouTube. Dropping stuff. All right, everyone. So thank you for joining today. Let's have a seat in the middle of the mat. We're going to start grounded. We're going to do some open heart meditations, and we're going to take it there today. So maybe you have some blocks. I talked about this on one of my videos. You can have a cork block. You can have a foam block, a book. Maybe you don't have any equipment. Maybe you don't even have a yoga mat. So again, meet yourself where you're at. You can show up to yoga in any form. You can adapt all the poses you need to adapt. So just remember that. Adapt the poses you need to adapt. And tools, you don't need them. They're just great things to have. It is, just like I said, it's a tool. I have a bolster right here, and I use my bolster to meditate on. I sit on it to meditate. but it's also good for using in yoga. So I can use it to prop my legs up and do some different moves. So some of the tools that I have here right now that I will throw in as we're doing our slow flow today. So as we're sitting on our mat, we're going to just start. Your legs can be lightly crossed, or maybe you'd like to do lotus pose, or as our friend Paul has brought up the word cobbler pose. So that's like this, but we're just starting out, so you don't want to be that hardcore. We can do that more into the pose, but you can leave your legs instead of them together. You can just have them relaxed in front of one another. So we're just going to put our hands on top of our knees. And your hands can be down to be grounded, but if you want to pull in more energy, you leave your hands up. So ground it down, energy you want to receive more, hands up. So right here in this pose, just get comfortable. And we're going to close our eyes or keep them open, and we're going to breathe. So breathe in and release out. You can release out through your mouth, and then we'll switch. So breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Let's do a lion's pose. Breathe in. Stick your tongue out and out. Breathe in. And again, stick your tongue out. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Release out. Breathe in. This time, breathe out your nose. Your mouth is closed. And a couple more like that. The breath is always our consistent. It helps us through our practice. It is what is a part of this journey. We can't live without breathing. 2 more breaths. Breathing. 2 more breaths. And one more. Nice. Let's take our hands to heart center. You can open your eyes. Press your thumbs into your chest. Let's take our right hand on top of our left knee. Our right hand on top of our left knee, and our left arm goes behind our back. We're going to get a nice little twist right here. So maybe your hand is close to your butt. Fingers facing out. Eyes are looking over your left shoulder. Sit up straight. Breathe. Nice. And release. We're going to switch sides. Take that left hand on top of that right knee. Take that right hand behind that back. And look over your right shoulder. And breathe. Beautiful. And come to heart center. Nice. We're going to take our legs. So we're going to kind of tuck our left leg back a little, if you can get it there, or get your leg wherever you can get it, and bring the right leg over. So it's like a nice little crisscross. Yeah, and you can take your hands and lift yourself up to kind of adjust in that position. Do whatever you can. Maybe your legs can get like this. Maybe they just kind of slowly get like this. Meet yourself wherever you're at. So we're going to take our arms and we're going to lift them on up. And we're going to wrap our arms. So this is probably confusing. as, let me say this. This is always like the brain twist. Take our left arm underneath our right arm, and we're going to clasp our hands. So maybe your palm, your hand is touching the bottom of the palm, thumb's kind of wrapping around. Maybe it's not doing that. Maybe you can just meet your hands wherever they move. So this is, you're working on getting in this position. Okay? Good job wherever you're at. And let's breathe right here. Take your eyes looking up. Release your shoulders, so you shouldn't have those shoulders hunched up. Release. Let's take our hands up a little more. We're getting a stretch under those arms right here. And those eyes are looking up. Nice. And let's look back. Remember, no tightness. This can be a small movement. It doesn't need to be a big movement. Nice. Keep breathing. And come back to center. And we're going to fold forward. Nice. Beautiful. And come back to center. And release. Unrelease those arms. Beautiful. And now we're going to unwrap our legs. And we're just going to take our feet out in front of us. So right here, we're going to take our feet out. Raise your arms straight up. Eyes look up. And fold. And you're going to grab wherever is comfortable. So maybe you can grab right here on your shins. Maybe you're at your ankles. Maybe your fingers can grab your toes. Maybe your feet can grab the bottom, your hands can grab the bottom of your feet. Maybe your hands can grab the bottom of your feet and your hands can bind together. There's many different levels. Meet yourself where you're at. This is a Slo Flo. Instagram, we're live on YouTube. Live, keep breathing. Invite a friend, link in bio. If you're on my stream, like and subscribe. A couple more breaths right here. Beautiful. And we're going to roll over onto our stomach. So just go ahead and roll over onto your stomach. Nice. And we're going to start off in Sphinx pose. So Sphinx pose, your feet are, the tops of your feet are facing the ground. Your feet are hips width apart. Pelvis is grounded into the mat. Your arms are in a nice long position right here. Your hands are flat on the mat. So you're pressing all those fingers into the mat. Your chin is looking straight forward, or you can have a slight bend looking up. Sphinx pose. Nice job, everyone. And breathe. It's a nice stretch right here. Keep breathing. And we're going to push back into child's pose right here. So just push into child's pose. So push back. I kind of feel that on my knee. My right side's a little injured, so that's where my injury is, my whole right side. Your forehead can be on the mat. And just wiggle those fingers forward. Wiggle those fingers forward. Get a nice stretch right here. Your hips are pushing into the mat or into your heel. They're pushing down, but just wherever it feels comfortable. Remember, this is a Slo Flo. You don't have to feel like you're going to win the Olympics. And remember, you are winning the Olympics because you showed up. Breathe right here. If we were in a class or studio with me, I would come around and apply pressure on your back right here. It would give you a nice little stretch as your arms are out long, and it helps to elongate your body. And one more breath right there, and then come back up. We're going to come on up onto all fours, and we're going to do some vinyasas, some very low vinyasas. So we're going to take our time right here. So in our vinyasa, we come forward on our knees, your feet are flat, bend your elbows, and then rise on up into low cobra, eyes are looking forward, and then push back into child's pose. And breathe right there. We're going to do a couple of those. And come back up onto all fours. Push into low cobra. And back to child's pose. So I'll just say vinyasa, our low vinyasa, because that's what we're doing in this class. Maybe when you're in your child's pose for your couple of breaths, maybe you'd like to put your hands together above your head is a pose. Maybe you want to put your hands to your side, palms up. All poses work. And up on all fours, vinyasa. We're gonna do 4 more of these, so I'm gonna let you guide yourself through those vinyasas. I'm gonna keep talking and flowing, so keep flowing with me. Vinyasa, upward facing low cobra, child's pose, all fours, vinyasa, low cobra. Remember, their shoulders are back when you're in that low cobra. They're not hunched up by the ears. And back into child's pose. 2 more. All fours. Vinyasa. Low cobra. Child's pose. Last one. Vinyasa. Low cobra. Child's pose. Couple breaths right here. 2 more breaths. Come up on all fours. Maybe you have some yoga blocks. We're going to take and if you do have yoga blocks or you don't, you probably don't need them. It's a slow class. And again, I'm going to say this throughout. I was injured, so I'm taking it super slow, y'all. I'm taking it super slow. So we're going to take we're in our all fours. We're going to take our right leg forward. So we're going to take our right leg forward, and we're just going to move back and forth. So you don't have to use the blocks. Your hands can be down. And we're going to move back and forward. So you don't need the blocks. But make sure your stance is long. Okay? So your back leg should be at a nice distance. You see your toes. Your hands can be at the bottom of your heel. And we're just going to move back and forth. And just keep moving. I go and exercise before I teach on Saturday. I exercise every day, but on Saturday, today is Saturday, so it's my off day for my 9 to 5, and I need energy. So I go and exercise. I go to the YMCA. And I was in there and I heard this song on Instagram, Keep Moving Back and Forth. El Beeper, it's a Latino song, and I'd never heard that before. I'm from Kansas, born and raised. I live in the South. I live everywhere, but unless you're around communities, like culturally diverse communities, and hear music, you don't hear that. And they're like, this song is old, people online. I'm like, wow. And we're going to come back to neutral and take our right leg back and bring our left leg forward. So get in your stance, left leg forward, and go ahead and start moving back and forth. So yeah, I was at the Y listening to El Beeper, if you've heard that song or not. But I listened to it like 4 times. The YMCA is like 6 minutes up the street from my house. And I was listening to it walking, and it just gave me so much energy. And listen to music that gives you energy, especially before you're exercising. You'll attend classes, keep a couple more, move back and forth, get some nice movement there. Classes play music. I love listening to music in yoga class, especially when it's like really good music. But it is good to like tap into yourself. Like I teach with no music. It's hard to do that on YouTube unless I'm like have licensed music. So I just choose silence, and there's nothing wrong with silence because we all need silence. You need the voice of someone that is helping guide you, and I am here to guide you. And let's go back and forth one more time because I'm just chatting, but we're moving because we're moving that body. And when we come up into our lunge, you can take those hands down and move back into all fours. And let's go into do a vinyasa, low cobra, child's pose. And nice. Let's come back on to our stomach. Wow, and I'm warming up. Well, I do have a sweater on. I probably should take it off. But I am getting warmed up, so I always think it's the hardest thing for me to produce sweat. So when we're in our we are in our Sphinx pose again. This time we're gonna do some stretching of our legs. So we're gonna take our left leg, take your right arm, and we're going to give ourselves a nice little push right here. So your hand, so this is the tricky part. So your hand can just be on top of your knee, and you see on top of your foot, excuse me, and you'll see your knee is just pointing up. Maybe you're super flexible and you can turn your hand to face the top of your toes. So if you can do that, go right ahead. Maybe this is a challenge, and welcome to the new challenge. Eyes looking forward. You do not have to apply a lot of pressure. Keep breathing. And release. No slingshot. Slow release. And now we're going to switch sides. So let's take our right hand to our left foot. And for me, the left side is more challenging. So, each side of your body is different. Always remember that. Breathe. Maybe you can turn your hand. I can't really turn my hand on my right foot. Right side. The left side is different than the right. Nice. And release that foot. Nice. We're going to come down on our stomach. Right cheek to the ground. Nice. Hands can be face down. And we're going to lift one up into our superhuman pose. So both feet are off the ground. Our hands are out to the side. Chin is looking up. So you can be wherever your body meets you. It can be low, high, higher, And release. Opposite cheek on the mat. And let's grab our ankles. And I'm going to demo this one with the yoga strap. So, you know, because again, this is Slo Flo yoga. And I want to make this reachable. So if you have a yoga strap or any type of strap, pantyhose, a cord, something that's comfortable, you can wrap your strap around the back of your feet. There's it back there. Good. All right. And I'm using this right here. So you see me with the yoga strap. And we're going to practice so you can either grab your ankles and come up into this pose, or maybe you need some assistance. So you're using a strap. And use the strap to come on up. Your arms don't have to be up that high. Maybe they're right here. Breathe and release slowly. You release the strap. Your feet can come back down. Awesome. And cheek is on the cheek's the opposite side of the mat. Nice. Now let's sit back on up. So go ahead and do a vinyasa. So low cobra. Up to all fours. Nice. When you get to that pose, come onto all fours, and we're going to sit on our bum. We're going to take our legs out wide. So with our legs out wide, we're going to take our hands to the middle, and you can just inch your hands out. Maybe you want to use your yoga block to help you out. But you can move your hands out as far as they go. Maybe you can bring your forehead all the way down to the mat. I cannot bring my forehead all the way down to the mat, but it depends on the day. I am way more flexible. So it just depends where you're at today. Anyway, take your hands to the middle and breathe. Toes are pointing up, grounded. Nice. Come back on up. Let's bring our feet together. So the bottoms of our feet are together. Thank you, Paul, for the suggestion. So you can take your hands and clasp them together. Your knees are, maybe they're pushing down more. Maybe they're just slow flow. So you don't really have to put as much energy into that you want. Remember, this is slow flow. I like reminding everyone this is slow flow multiple times. That's also a reminder to like and subscribe. If you guys have any suggestions, please leave me comments. I really appreciate comments. You can email me. My information is in the info box after the class. Breathe. Join my meetup.com group if you'd like to. Join me wherever I am. Hopefully I can start doing in-person classes. That would be really great. Not hopefully. Trust my schedule for in-person classes will come soon. This year. 2 more breaths right here. Always work on changing those words that leave you hanging into solid words. So that's something I work on. We have to be solid with ourselves to get to where we need to be in life. Nice. One more breath. And release those legs. You can bring them in together. Nice. And let's just hug ourselves right here. So you can bring your hands right here. Hug your knees in. Nice. If you can practice doing some rolling like a ball. So rolling like a ball. Bring our knees in. If your spine likes this, go right ahead. But do what feels good for you. Nice. And then come back up to sitting. We're going to do some elevating our legs. We're going to do some inversions. So it's not the inversions you think. An inversion is getting your legs up. That's an inversion. There are many different types of inversions. So again, if you have your block, you can put your block under your lower back and your legs are elevated. So if you have a block, you can use a block. If you don't have a block, your legs can go up. If you have some wall space available to you, legs up the wall. And I'm actually going to do legs up the wall because I love doing legs up the wall. So put those legs, get as close to the wall as you can get. Push those legs up. Hands can be out to the side. If you don't want your hands out to the side, you can put one hand on your heart, one hand on your chest, your stomach. You can breathe in right here. And let's just release those hands and then take your feet down from whatever position you're in. Nice job. We're just going to come back to sitting again so you can cross your legs. You can cross your legs or you can have a nice easy seat. So in this position, we're going to bring our hands to heart center. Nice. We're just taking time for ourselves. We're going to move into our, this is just a quick class today, whatever quick is. So I'm going to take us to Shavasana, but I'm going to show us some different things we can do for our relaxation because I'm going to play the sound bowl a little longer and give you some time for meditation in this slow flow. So you can have your bolster. Your bolster can be, you can put it under your knees, and I'm just demonstrating it in our meditation. Maybe you want more elevation. If you have your blocks, you can use your blocks to elevate your bolster. Like that. I think my plant's in the way. And you can lay on your blocks like that. I feel like I have to fall over. I think I just need to move them more. This is one relaxation way with your bolster and blocks. Another way is you can put your bolster under your knees and lay flat back. Maybe you want to have a block. And you can put a block under your head like this. Maybe you have a blanket. You can put a blanket over yourself to get really comfortable. If you have your blocks, you can lay on your back, and you can put your blocks under. You can put your feet together, knees out. Put your blocks on top of your knees. Give you some elevation. Help with that flat, arms out wide. Those are a couple of options for y'all. So I want to give you time to, you can get your last movement in that you enjoyed in our slow flow practice. And I am and when you're ready, go right ahead and Shavasana. Get in that Shavasana pose. Shavasana. You can start to wiggle your fingers, your toes. Roll onto your side with your eyes closed. Take your time, take your time, take your time. And when you're ready, you can sit on up. Eyes can stay closed. Hands to heart center. Our affirmation for today. I bless the cook. I am conscious of the many people involved in putting good food on the table. I easily absorb and process all that goes on around me. And entrepreneurship is this card. Are you aware of all the people involved in bringing food from farm to table? Focus your awareness on being grateful for all the people involved in the process of serving food. Become more conscious when you frequent your favorite eating establishment. Integration and situational awareness are the key. Affirmation, I bless the cook. And the shirt I have on, sweatshirt, says everybody eats. How fitting. And the takeaway from this is everybody eats. Everybody got to eat. So do you take care of yourself or do you take care of everyone? Or do you take care of yourself and then you help? Community is everything, especially in these times. Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll take our hands to heart center. You can put one hand on your heart, one hand on your chest, or both hands, thumbs pressing into heart center. The light in me shines to you. Ashe. Thank you so much for joining today in my Slo Flo class. Please give me, drop me a line. Let me know how you feel about the classes. And I really appreciate you showing up. Ashe, everyone. Have an amazing day. Whenever you watch this, if you watch the replay, leave me a comment. Have a good day, everyone.